Hey, did you guys hear about the car wreck the other day?
Oh yeah, the one that was really bad?
The one that happened the day of the graduation party? Yeah, I heard like 5 kids were killed.
Yeah, that's crazy.
What the heck happened anyways?
I heard that Jenna was high on crack and thought she was being chased by a bear and ran into a parked car.
I heard they swerved and missed a squirrel and hit a tree.
No, Ray said that Greg was all suicidal and ran him into a light pole on purpose.
What does Ray know anyways? He's probably the one that was high on the crack.
I grew up with Jenna. She was my best friend ever since like the 3rd grade. We always used to hang out at the middle school playground when we were little. Our favorite thing was to race on the monkey bars, and she always beat me. I actually had more energy than me. She spent the night at my house a lot because her dad always came home drunk with some new chick. She's actually like a sister to me. My family kind of adopted her, it seemed like. I think she felt safe at my house. I remember we used to stay up all night and sneak out like 5 in the morning and go to the playground just because we thought we were sneaky or something. We got caught a few times though. We always acted like it was the first time. I think every time we got caught, we just thought of new ways to be sneakier. Then Greg moved to town when we were freshmen in high school. I used to have this huge crush on him, and Jenna always made fun of me, but then he started going out with this other girl, Robin. I was all jealous at first, but I got over it when Jenna convinced me that I shouldn't be jealous over a guy that I was too scared to talk to. Pretty soon, me and Jenna started going to parties and started drinking. That's all we did at first, but then Jenna started doing weed too. I wasn't really into smoking, but then one time I got really pissed off at my parents because they tried to keep me from going to parties and having fun. So I smoked one up just to piss them off, and hooked ever since. Then in our junior year, I started noticing Greg again when he started showing up at parties without Robin anymore. This time I actually got the nerve to talk to him, and we really clicked right away, I think. He was really easy to talk to, and we just talked all night that one night. I don't even know about what. Him and his friend Joe started hanging out with me and Jenna a lot after that. And pretty soon we started going out. About 6 months later, he told me that he loved me for the first time when we went to see the movie Swoon. It was cute, you know. I think Joe and Jenna kind of got irritated with us sometimes, but, you know, can't help it. Well, it was the day of the pre-graduation reception, which we thought was pretty lame, because why did you have a pre-graduation reception? I suppose they had it to keep us kids from getting in trouble and doing something stupid like we did.
Hi, Mary.
Good morning, Mr. Perigo. How are you doing?
Good. And yourself?
I'm doing good.
Oh, it's good to see you. Yeah. Are you ready for your big speech?
Yes, I've actually been working on it a lot. I think I'm going to be working on talking about freedom, choices that we'll be making, and just having fun in university afterwards.
So
hopefully the kids listen.
How did you come about selecting that?
Well, I was talking to the counselors, and they had all the books on university, but there was no beginner. But I think we have lots of choices, and the freedom's going to be wonderful.
Oh, great.
Getting out of high school. Yeah.
I'm happy for you. Yeah, I know you did well here, so I know you'll do well over there. So.
We figured if we're going to have a reception about it, we might as well have one that we wouldn't get bored to death at and have some real fun. So we all headed over to Jenna's house to kick it back in her basement and have some beers. We like to hang out over there because her dad had this really cool sound system and a pool table down there. Her house was the only one we could hang out without getting hassled by our parents or somebody, since her dad was always passed out on the couch upstairs. If there was ever a time that he actually was conscious, he probably wouldn't have cared anyways. Shoot, he probably would have came down and had a beer with us. Anyways, we're hanging out down there, joking around, having a good time. Then Jenna wanted to call some chick she knew and score some weed for us. We really didn't want to smoke at first, especially if we had to leave to go get it. But she swore we just have to go down the street to the gas station on the corner and be right back. Then she said she wanted me to drive down there, and I knew that was a bad idea. But she said since we're just going a short distance and it's better than the cops seeing us walking around all drunk. It sounded all right at the time. God, that sounds so stupid though now. Greg really didn't want to go. He said he just wanted to stay there and that I should be driving, but by that time I was really psyched to go get some, so I convinced him to go with us. I should have listened to him though. I should have known better. What the hell was I thinking? So stupid. I don't know. But I finally convinced him to come, and we drove over to the gas station. Waited in the car for a while for the girl to come, and she showed up, and Jenna went and got stuff. We waited in the car until she got back, and we left again. Then we drove around for a little bit, and Jenna lit up a joint, and we smoked it while we were driving around.
Have you guys seen my daughter, Nikki? No. I've been looking for her. She's supposed to be here. You haven't seen her? Oh. Have you guys seen my daughter, Nikki?
I'm so glad to be graduated.
Oh, sorry.
That's what I did in front of her house. She's not watching me.
Hanging out partying? Yeah, probably. Oh no. Is that where you last seen her?
And for some reason, we decided to drive past the reception hall where everybody else was. And just about then, I don't know why, but I don't know, because I heard a song I liked or something, I don't know. But I was messing with the stereo and well,
All emergency units need to respond. One vehicle rollover accident, 4 victims, 3 ejected. Driver is pinned.
I don't know, I think we hit the curb too fast or something and the car flipped over. I mean, all the way over. It was sitting in the grass on its tires again when it finally stopped. I think I kind of blanked out for a minute because I remember waking up and it couldn't move and there's a bunch of people around. There were some ambulance guys and police and they were asking us all these questions and trying to pull me out of the car. So they put me on a stretcher and they were taking me to an ambulance. And I tried to look around for Greg, but I was all strapped down and the ambulance guy told me not to move. I was scared to death that something happened to Greg or Jenna or Joe, but they stuffed me in the ambulance and wouldn't tell me anything. I think I passed out again because the next thing I knew I was in the hospital. I think I just woke up before my dad and grandma came running in.
Hello, I'm Dr. Lisa Wilcox.
How bad is it, doctor?
Well, we're looking at some pretty bad bumps and bruises. She's got a fracture on her lower leg, which may need surgery.
What happened?
Well,
Then the doctor told him that I had
We ran
drugs
some
and
blood
alcohol
tests.
in my
We
system,
found that she and the other
but that I was
passengers that were in
okay.
the vehicle with her had marijuana and alcohol in their system at the time of the accident.
Marijuana and alcohol? What were you thinking? Marijuana and alcohol and driving too? You're supposed to be at your graduation party. What about the other kids? How are they?
Well, Joe, who was wearing his seatbelt...
She said I wasn't hurt that bad and that I was kind of one of the luckier ones.
Jenna, who was thrown
When
from
she
the
said
back
that,
of the vehicle, she's
I
in
went
surgery
numb.
now,
I didn't want to
and
hear what she was about to say
suffered a
next.
severe abdominal wound.
Then she said that Joe had mostly bumps and bruises since he wore a seatbelt, and that Jenna was hurt really bad. She said that she was critical in someone's surgery. And then she told me about
And what
Greg.
about her boyfriend, Greg? Can we see him?
Well, I'm sorry to inform you, but Greg was thrown from the
She
vehicle.
said that
and he
Greg
was, killed
was
instantly
dead.
At that time.
She said that he probably died instantly in the car wreck and he had no chance of survival.
Well, I'm going to leave you alone if you guys need anything. Just
Everything went downhill from there. It felt like the whole community scorned me. I didn't blame them. I felt the same way. I put my best friend in a wheelchair and killed my boyfriend. Because one day I decided to drink and smoke weed and get behind the wheel with my best friends in the car, I ruined more lives than I can even begin to count.
What's wrong, Nikki?
I can't do it. I can't go in there.
Look, I know these hats are ugly, but we all have to wear them.
No, it's not that.
Well, what is it?
You should be here with us, Jen. He should be here graduating with us, but he's not. He's not here, and you're in a wheelchair, and it's all my fault.
It's not your fault. No one thinks it's your fault.
But it is my fault. I can't show my face in there. At his funeral, I felt like everyone was glaring at me. I felt so horrible watching his family. I can't do it. I can't go in.
It's not your fault.
Then whose fault is it?
It's my fault.
What?
I'm the one who wanted to get the weed. I wanted to drive. I begged you guys. Greg didn't even want to go. So if you want to blame anyone, blame me.
But I was the one who was driving, and I know better.
No, look, it's neither of your guys' fault. You see, what happened, happened, and there's nothing we can do about it but move on. Greg would be sad if you didn't graduate because of him. You see, you should graduate for him. Okay? Let's all go in there together, and it'll be okay.
Hey, I need you to come with me. You need to place you under arrest.
What, are you
Right
crazy?
now?
We got a warrant for vehicular homicide. Go ahead and just turn around and put your hands
I'm
behind
supposed to
your back.
graduate right now.
Oh, we just got the warrant from the judge. You're gonna have to come with me.
But my graduation.
No, I'm sorry.
I felt like I didn't deserve to live, yet I didn't feel like I deserved to die either, to end my misery. So what did I have left? Well, I got what I deserved. I got a 15-year sentence to rot in jail.
The choices I made that day will haunt me for the rest of my life. But today, I'm leaving. I'm getting a second chance to go back out into the world and try again. I can make new choices, smarter ones, because now I realize that no matter what I do, there will be consequences. Physical, emotional, good or bad consequences.
Oh my God, Lisa, what happened?
I'm Nikki.
Oh wait.
It's
Nikki. Can we call her Lisa?
That's good for the bloopers.
Are you playing your We'll be
Marijuana and alcohol, what were you thinking?
Do we have other,
You guys
other
hesitated
passengers?
too long.
Right?
I was like tapping her. I was like, keep going.
Quit tapping me.